TrimUI makes some of the best budget handheld consoles under $100. For example, this is my all-time favorite, the brick hammer with a metal shell. I absolutely love this tiny console and always take it with me to play whenever I have a free minute. And this is the TrimUI Smart Pro, which I've already reviewed and praised for its solid performance and gorgeous screen. It's one of the best horizontal handhelds in the budget category. And today we're checking out its upgraded version, the TrimUI Smart Pro S. In this video we'll unbox the console, take a look at the design, test a few games, and I'll show you how to install PortMaster and run games. The TrimUI Smart Pro came in this kind of packaging. I went with the yellow version just to mix things up. That was the mood I was in. But as you can see, it also comes in black, white, green and a classic beige version. Inside the box, you immediately see a quick guide showing the buttons and ports. Let's take the console out. Underneath there is a more detailed manual and a standard USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Now let's take a closer look at the console. It has a really nice, soft-touch plastic. I like it. It kind of reminds me of the PS Vita. Let's turn it on and check out the screen. Right after powering it up, the analog sticks slide up. It looks really futuristic. I like that design touch. In terms of performance, the TrimUI Smart Pro S should be about 2.5 times more powerful than the Pro version. That means PSP games run very smoothly, even at 2x resolution. You can see for yourself, GTA Vice City and God of War run great at 2x resolution. The FPS stays stable, and in my opinion, this console is a great alternative to a classic PSP. Games run smoothly, without stutters or freezes, which makes for a really enjoyable gaming experience. Out of all the specs, the only thing really worth mentioning is that this version has a more powerful processor and a cooling fan, unlike the Pro model. Honestly, it's kind of boring to list everything else, since you've probably already seen reviews and know that this is a great console with excellent build quality. It really only has two downsides: thick bezels around the screen and a price that fluctuates between $90 and $120. Other than that, it's a solid mid-range handheld that I can confidently recommend. By the way, for the same price, you might also want to consider the Mangmi Air X or the iNeo Pocket Air Mini. Those are significantly more powerful and cost about the same. So right now, TrimUI is losing a bit in terms of competition in this price range. While using this console, I found out that just like the earlier model, you can install PortMaster on the stock firmware and get access to a huge library of ported games. But I also noticed that a lot of people struggle with installing PortMaster on stock firmware, and there is no good guide online. Let's fix that. And before we continue, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon so you won't miss any new videos. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can hit the hype button. It helps push the video to new audiences and brings even more people into our community. Since I bought this console without an SD card, I'll also show you how to set up a new SD card and install PortMaster on it. First, format your SD card to exFAT. In my case, I'm using a 64GB card. The formatting process is pretty standard, anyone can handle it. Next step, using the link in the description to download two archives: the SD-based package and a hotfix for RetroArch. After downloading, make sure to extract both archives. You should end up with two folders. One with 7 system folders for the SD card, and another with a file for RetroArch. Now copy everything to your formatted SD card. First, copy the 7 folders directly to the root of the card. This might take a bit of time, so just wait. After that, copy the RetroArch file into the RetroArch folder on the SD card. Since there is already a file with the same name, choose Replace. Done! Next, go to another link in the description and download the PortMaster archive for this console. Extract it and you'll see a PortMaster folder. Copy that folder into the apps folder on your SD card. By the way, if you want to add your own games, there's a ROMs folder. Inside, each system has its own folder, like Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation, and so on. Just copy your games into the appropriate folders. That's it, your SD card is ready. Don't forget to safely eject it. Now, insert the SD card into the console and power it on. As you can see, the Games section is now organized with icons and the Apps section includes PortMaster. Before launching it, go to Settings and connect to your Wi-Fi. Without that, PortMaster won't update and you won't see the full game library. Then go back to Apps and launch PortMaster. It may take a couple of minutes, so be patient. Great! PortMaster is installed and working. Now go to Options. Here you need to change Ports location to Ports tab. This makes sure all installed games show up in a separate Ports section. If you skip this step, PortMaster might randomly close when installing games. Now you can browse and install any games you like. Keep in mind that some games like Half-Life, GTA 3 and Vice City require you to manually copy additional game files, so make sure to read the instructions for each game. But for example, my favorite game Revolt does not require any extra files, so you can play it right after installing. So, after testing several games through PortMaster, I can say this console has become one of my favorites. It's comfortable, compact, has a nice matte finish, and lets me play a huge number of retro games smoothly without lag or freezes. At this point, it's basically the perfect replacement for a classic PSP. The only thing that might hold you back is the price, but if you can find it for around $80, that's an amazing deal, and I highly recommend picking one up.